The first time I stepped into my husband's home, I received an unexpected welcome gift. Before I even crossed the threshold, the younger daughter hung a ruby necklace worth billions around my neck, but I clearly remembered marrying a bankrupt ex-tycoon. My husband's father said everything was fake at first. I reluctantly accepted their explanation, but once I walked into the house, it was packed with luxury brand bags. This didn't look like the life of an ordinary farming family. Just as I was full of doubts, the so-called farmer husband returned, seeing the tall and handsome man before me. I could hardly believe it. He immediately gave me a family heirloom jade pendant and told me to use it for protection if ever in danger. His father didn't want to fall behind, so he picked up a brush and started painting. In no time, a unique masterpiece appeared before my eyes. I unrolled it to see. It was a genuine work by a master who had retired 10 years ago, before I could recover from the shock my mother-in-law came with her welcome gift. She said she usually picked herbs in the mountain behind their house, then turned around and handed me a bag of ginseng. I was stunned. She thought I didn't like it, so she handed me several diamond cards worth millions. I stood. They're completely frozen. Seeing me in a daze, me husband thought I wasn't satisfied, so he pulled out a stack of black cards from under the sofa, said they were gifts from others, and told me to spend freely. It was only then I realized the so-called bankruptcy. Rumors were all fake actually this morning. The scheming woman and I got married at the same time. 3 years ago, she was engaged to the tycoon's family, but just before the wedding news broke, that the tycoon's family had gone bankrupt. Even the wedding car was an old tricycle, so right before getting on, she said she wanted to switch partners with me and made me marry into the countryside. But she never expected. The tycoon's family was never bankrupt. They just preferred the peaceful life of the countryside. The tycoon's mother disliked her characters. She immediately agreed to the switch. She also said her son already had a daughter and asked if I was willing to accept that. I agreed without hesitation, because I was also a single mother with a son, but no. Unexpected 8 years ago, I had been drugged and had a night with him, so my son is actually the tycoon's biological son. What looked like a ridiculous switch was actually helping my son return to his real family. Meanwhile, the scheming woman had just married into her so-called rich family when her mother-in-law suddenly fell seriously ill. The doctor said only conservative treatment was possible, unless they could find the legendary doctor who had retired. Little did they know, the doctor was actually my husband's mother, so they followed the address to the mountains, but their car broke down along the way. They happened to run into my daughter, but she thought the woman looked suspicious, so she didn't even want to give directions. The scheming woman got furious and stomped on the mushrooms in my daughter's basket. My daughter's cries alerted me, and my mother-in-law, when the scheming woman saw it was me, the sister who just married into the countryside. She immediately put on the airs of a rich wife, shouting that her skirt was worth tens of thousands, and demanded compensation. My mother-in-law got furious and said she would pay 100,000, but the woman had to apologize to me and my daughter first. The scheming woman mocked us, saying, "We probably couldn't even afford $10. But my mother-in-law didn't hesitate. She transferred the money right away, then told me to teach her a lesson. So I didn't say a word, raised my hand and slapped her several times. The scheming woman was humiliated and angry. She grabbed her husband